Good morning, everyone. I'm super happy that you're here. Uh, Actually, it's good evening in LA, as you can see. It's this very nice background here. Uh, let's take a deep breath. Just look at it for a second. Okay, so let's get into this training. As you can see, I have a couple of slides here for you. It's easier if I just go through the theory very quick, and then I'll just jump right over to Facebook and we are going to create an ad together. Okay, this is about how I made over $50,000 in just 3 short months without a huge marketing budget. This was for an existing business that had never done ads before, so it's like kind of starting from scratch, you could say, right? um, but we were there. We launched this business, and it did just like so 50 grand in revenue in 3 months. It's pretty good, and we started off with less than $20 a day. So I would say this is pretty acceptable by any means for like any human being, any business owner out there. Okay, but who am I to teach all this? My name is Rimas Varga. I'm the founder of Vargas Digital Marketing Agency focused on helping you, the business owner, grow your business. And together with my partners from ROI Marketing, Zach and Dustin, we've generated millions of dollars for our clients in the past 3 years. This is not a get rich quick scheme, and you still have to put in the work, obviously. And I want to get real quick through these slides because I want to show you exactly how to make your ads inside the Facebook Ads Manager. So I will jump right in that. But you will have to, create campaigns. That's like, oh, yeah, so you'll have to create the campaigns, or somebody in your company has to create those campaigns. They're not just gonna fall out of the trees there. You have to set goals for your campaigns, and you have to track, you have to improve, and you have to scale. I know this sounds like a lot of work, and believe me, it is. Like, you have to put in 15 hours a day just to make this work. No, I'm just kidding. Once you get a hold of it, it's gonna take way less for you to actually do all of these things. Okay, but let's start off with types of campaigns. And this is how Facebook groups them. It's awareness campaigns, it's consideration campaigns, and it's conversion campaigns. We will mostly be using conversion campaigns, which basically drives like people, a person from Facebook on your online shop, on your physical shop. So they have, and they like those campaigns usually target people who are willing to buy something from you. So obviously, we are going after conversion. Consideration campaign is for gathering leads mostly, and that's cool. We will be using some of those campaigns as well, and the lead generation campaign is a very cool one. I'll show you how to set it up. And the awareness types of campaigns are usually for getting, obviously, more awareness for your business. I would not use it right off the bat. This is more of a, like, save 10% of your budget for later on your marketing journey, and you can spend that 10% on awareness, like growing awareness of your business. Like, people will know who you are. But at first, I would just ditch that and just consider the conversion campaigns and probably the consideration campaigns. It really depends on the type of business you run. But we'll get into that when I will switch over to Facebook. But the question, like the big question, the pressing question here is how to run ads on a tiny budget, because like you'd say everyone knows how to run on $1 million a month budget, right? And while that is partially true because it's harder when you scale, it's also very hard to create a mentality that it's easy to start small, it's easy to start on a smaller budget. And for this, I present you the miser method. By the way, I borrowed this term from Frank Kern. I'm sure he is not going to be mad about it because he's a great guy. He is really nice. He's like one of the greatest guys I know. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind, but you can call it like whatever you want, but the whatever you want method, okay? It doesn't really matter. What matters is you understand the thinking patterns behind it, you understand how this works for your business and how you can implement it. And by using this method, we will make Facebook work harder for your money. There is this weird thing about Facebook, and I'm not sure why, but if you give them a large budget, they will just spend it like, I don't know, like stupid rich kids. I don't know. Oh, I have nothing with rich kids, but they just spend their money without a lot of thinking, right? A lot not giving a lot of thought. Uh, and it's, you know, so it's, we gotta make them, right, work harder for our money. It's what we want to do them. So in order to do that, you have to create at least an audience. Okay, just don't stress it out. I'll show you exactly how it's done, but I want to show the slides first, because you might take a screenshot of it, you might hang it on the wall or something. So it's like a cheat sheet, but I'll show you exactly how it's done. Then you want to set a low budget on each of them. It's like probably $5, $3, $2 works. The minimum is $1 per ad set, so it's $10 per day. I've went with $2 per ad set times 10 is $20 a day. This is why it's actually it was 180 or something, so it was $80 a day. And you have to wait 3 to 4 days. Then you have to prune the ads, and then you have to scale. 5 easy steps, right? And it is really 5 easy steps. Like, it's just a lot of copy paste and just go here and there and stuff like that. But I'll show you exactly how, because right now we're going to dive right into Facebook Ads Manager. I'll bring it over here. By the way, you can just ignore everything else here because this is a test account. I use it for mostly for trainings. I rarely use this account for actual advertising. But today we are going to create the ad that has drawn you to the page where you left your email and you've eventually got to this video. So we are going to create that together. I mean, mostly because I still have to finish the landing page, so I don't have an event, but you'll get the point of it. You'll see. Okay, so we are in this business manager. If you have never created a campaign before, that's totally fine. You'll see here that it's a blank page. It would be like blank, and it would say like create your first campaign or something like that. So just ignore that. And if you have no idea how to get into here, it's business.facebook.com. It's an easy setup process, just like hitting the next button a couple of times. It's hard, I know, and you'll get here. It's super easy. Okay. Now, after you're here, you'll just want to hit on this create button. Okay, you will be greeted by this small screen here. Oh, by the way, Facebook always changes how this windows look and the design of it and everything. So if yours looks a little bit different than mine, that's totally fine. The function, the basic functionality, it's 100% the same. It's just the looks that may differ a bit. As I was telling you, there are 3 types of objectives on Facebook. There is awareness, which is brand awareness and reach, considerations, these guys over here, and conversions. I told you, we are going to focus mostly on conversions and on lead generation. This is what I was telling you. If your business depends mostly on leads, so you want to have those leads, you want to call them, you want to follow up with them, you are going to go with lead generation most probably. What this does, it creates a lead form on Facebook and people will fill that in. You will get that information and you can call that lead. You can basically ask for whatever information you want on there. You have custom questions and pre-filled questions. What that means is Facebook will pre-fill the response with information the user has already provided to Facebook, like their email address or their name. So this is pretty cool. It's a super quick way of getting leads fast. And in time, you can get super quality leads from Facebook if you know how to optimize it. But today, we are going to talk about conversions. What's a conversion? Conversion is an event you set up on your website. It's kind of like telling Facebook, well, you gotta go there and make them do that, you know? It's when I first started this, I was so overwhelmed by everything that happened. I had no idea what conversions meant. And I met this guy, and he said, you know, conversions is like a salesperson. When you just enter a store, a salesperson tells you, like, there's a phone section, just go buy an iPhone. This is like the conversion ad. They will find the best people to show the ad because they're most likely to convert by your conversion event, be that a purchase, be that a contact, be that a lead. Like you just tell them, okay, fill in this form for me. Okay, so actually, look, I'll show you what's a conversion. I'll just jump right into my other monitor real quick here. Just a second, and I'll pull that page for you. Okay, so you've most probably seen this page. Okay, so you've seen this page, I'm sure, because this is what got you here, right? This, I can call it a conversion. When you leave your name and then you leave your email address here, this, for me, is a conversion. This, for me, is telling Facebook, okay, go look and grab people from Facebook that are willing to give me their name and email in exchange for this cool video I'm about to show them. And that's telling Facebook, look, that's a conversion. Just do that, okay? So now that we've got that right out our way, let's see how we create this bad boy. So I click on conversions. I clicked here on the campaign name. You can just put some names in here, or if you have no idea how you will name your campaign, you can leave it empty and Facebook will just name it new campaign. It's very, I know. But we'll name it, like my naming convention is usually called conversion because it's cold traffic. Cold traffic means people who have never heard of you before. Okay, and I usually input the date. I think today is the 17th of September, I guess. Anyway, so it's cold conversion 17th of September. I will usually leave this untouched right now. I'll show you why in a second. I'll hit continue. Cool. So now we've set up one of our campaigns, right? Okay, now what we have to do, because I told you the miser method is creating a minimum of 10 ad sets that share the same ad and leaving them compete against each other, okay? But first, we'll go create the ad, and then I'll show you how the ad sets are. So for this ad, oh great, every single time it shows me one of my clients' account. Just bear with me for a second. Facebook, because if I was clicking there, it was showing you more of my clients, so that's not cool of me, you know. Just make this smaller, bring this back here, make it bigger again. Cool. Thank you, Facebook. Okay, so this is free marketing call ad. By the way, it's only me who's ever gonna see this ad name, or whoever's gonna get into my ad account. So you can name this whatever you want. Just make sure it's something you will easily remember when you're going back to look at it. Okay, I've obviously added here my Facebook page, my Instagram account. You should do the same. And now, by the way, ignore all these errors from Facebook. It's obviously we have errors. We've just started creating this ad Facebook, so just don't be a jerk about it. So I'll hit here and add image or video. It all depends on what you would like. So I just clicked add image. Look, I have this cool image of me, but no, I'll add this one because this is cool. I like it. Cool. So I've added that image here with the American flag right behind me, and you'll see that right now I have all these small previews here, and this is like a random URL here, and it's Facebook. Cool. Now this is the ad creative. It's called, like, it's what people actually see on Facebook. What you saw when you clicked on my ad. I mean, probably you've seen another ad. I'm not sure if you've seen the exact this one because I'm gonna create more. I'm just gonna make more AdSense, with ads. So on the primary text, you want to put here the text that will appear just above this photo. I have something prepared already because I don't want, it's boring to watch me write all this text, right? So I'll just copy paste here. Watch this if you want to see the exact methods. I generated over $50,000 for a business in less than 3 months using Facebook ads on a shoestring budget. This is called dog whistle copy. It's like, go watch this, go read this, go do this. It's like, it's very appealing to professionals who don't have much time on their plate, like business owners like you. So this is why I chose dog whistle copy. And it's also super appealing to your warm audience. But again, I chose dog whistle copy because I wanted to appeal to business owners. So that's why. Then we have the headline. As you can see from this small preview, the headline is the one that goes below the photo. I've also made a copy of the headline. Just input it there. Cool. So now I have this headline here. The description would actually go below the headline. If you have any space for it on mobile, as you can see, I don't have any. On desktop, I may have. So the description, I usually either leave it empty or I put a website in there, like freemarketingcall.com, because we will be using this conversion ads as branding as well. People will see your URL again and again and again and remember your URL, and eventually they'll start typing on Google the name of it. They will start typing in the browser. So I usually put it here for brand awareness purposes, and it's free. Like Facebook lets me put it there, so why not, right? Cool. So on the website URL, you would obviously want your website. As you can see, it already appeared here. And if you want, this is totally optional. You can build the URL parameter. Oh, by the way, the URL, I suggest putting with HTTPS and www. So like the real URL, just copy paste the URL from the page, okay? And the build the URL parameter, as I said, is totally optional. But if you're using ClickFunnels, for example, they can track who came through your ad on your landing page and left their email there. So the campaign source can be, it's Facebook, right? They came off Facebook. On the medium, I usually like to put the placement. So it's Instagram feed, it's Facebook feed, Insta story, Messenger, whatever it is, I like to know that. The campaign name, it's obviously the campaign name. Campaign content, I usually put the ad name. So if I have, it's not the case right now, but if I would have like 10 different ads, I would know which ad performed better when they landed on ClickFunnels. Facebook will also tell you this, but their stats are usually, sometimes they're off, Okay, so as you can see now, the URL is ugly, but you don't have to tweak anything else, just leave it like that. Display link URL, I would put the same one here. Basically, display link URL is the one, as you can see, it's right below the photo. And if I change this, let's say it's Remus. Oh, it's Remus.com, because yeah, as you can see, it changes, but it should be the same. It should be the same as the one here. So if you're redirecting them to, let's say, /video, it's fine if you just say freemarketingcall.com, like I said here. But otherwise, you wouldn't want to use another URL. You'll get your ad banned. So you'll leave learn more. From my experience, learn more works best, and also shop now works very good. But usually for warm traffic, or if you have an e-com store. If not, just learn more. Make sure your Facebook pixel is installed, is selected, and you are good to go when it comes to the ad. So we have a cool ad. Ooh, amazing. Now, let's go to the ad set level, because we've actually just created an ad, but we didn't tell Facebook who to show them to, right? And now we're back to Miser Method. You have to select your pixel here, and obviously Facebook will show all my clients' pixels, so just give me a second. Cool. Selected my pixel, so I just clicked here, and it showed a bunch of pixels, and I chose my pixel. So Vargas Digital pixel. You'll have to choose yours. That's all you have to do there. On the conversion event, you'll have to, I have a bunch of custom events here, never used, because again, it's a test account. Have a bunch of regular events here, again, never used, it's a test account. So this is why it's 0 events, 0 events, 0 events, and stuff like that. You'll have to either create a custom conversion, which can be done from the events manager, and you'll have to create a custom event, a custom conversion event, or you will be optimizing by purchase, content, submit application, whatever it is you're trying to optimize for. Again, in the events manager, when you set up your pixel, you will be asked to set up your conversion events as well. I mean, it will say there, this is our event setup tool, just use it, put events on your website, this is how it's done, and you can optimize by those events. Assuming I've already put my submit application event on the website, I'll choose this one, because I want people to submit an application after they watch the video, okay? Or, you know what? Let's make it a lead. We have lead here? Yeah, we have lead. So lead means whenever they put, I still have that website here, right? Okay, so lead for me is after they've inputted their information here and clicked on get instant access. Cool, that's a lead for me. So I'm just telling Facebook, go find people that will leave their information here, click on the get instant button here, whatever, and that means that's a lead for me. Just excuse me for a second. I'll take a sip of coffee just to clear my throat. Cool, back. So, told Facebook, go find me some leads. You can just ignore everything else here on the side. We don't need dynamic creative right now. It's a whole different story. We don't need any offers right now. Whole different story. And now we've come to budget. By the way, if you see this warning, ignore it. It's just Facebook ways of telling you like a bunch of different useless stuff. And obviously Facebook, my budget is way higher than the average because I never use this account or rarely use it. Cool. Now you want to set daily budget. As I said, the minimum is $1. Look, if I try to set it lower than that, it will say the minimum is 1. You can start on the minimum. You can go a bit higher. Let's say I'll put $2 or 180, like in my original campaign for that company. So it's 180. You don't want to mess with anything else here. This is per ad set. So this particular ad set will spend 180. And now you're going to get the audience tab. Here, you would want to set United States, so English speaking countries basically. but it really depends on your targeting. So I target people in the United States, sometimes Canada, Australia, UK, but it all depends. For this particular example, I will only be targeting United States, and let's say Canada, because it's nice to target Canadians or neighbors, right? So cool. So Canada, and you can also exclude countries if you want. So I don't know, but we don't want to exclude anyone. Like, why do that, right? Cool. So we have United States, we have Canada. Oh, by the way, you can also remove them if you don't want them anymore. It all depends on your targeting, or if you have a specific location, for example, Beverly Hills. Cool. You have a city, you can have a neighborhood, you can have an address here. Okay, so you have all type of targeting available. Cool. You would have to set up the age here. We usually look for business owners over 35 or over 30. They're more invested into this type of things, and yeah, you can go like 65 plus, all gender, it's fine. I'll set up the language to English. It's kind of a given, right? But you never know. So okay, and now detailed targeting expansion. This is where the miser method comes in hand. What this means, oh, by the way, you want to untick this, and I'll tell you in a second why, but I'll get that. So this is where you tell Facebook, hey, go after this type of people, okay? So I will go after the small business owners. Hey, Facebook, just show me something. Oh, cool. So I have small business owners. As you can see, you have behaviors. So Facebook says the people in this pool behave like a small business owner. Or here, the other one is it's an interest. So these people in this pool have an interest in small business owners. So for example, we obviously want people who behave like small business owners. That's our target, right? And now, as I said, you want to untick this. What this basically says is, hey, do you want to target people you've never asked to target, like other people? And you're like, no, because I told you I want to target this type of people. So please, no, Facebook. So you want to definitely uncheck this. Now, look what I'm doing. I'm just copy pasting. So it's Command C or Control C if you're on Windows, and Command V, Control V on a PC. And that was exhausting because I just changed the ad set name. I'm just making, again, this is only for you to see, like the campaign name, the ad name. So when I'm going to scale and prune, and we'll see which ads work best, I'm going to come back here and just easily recognize the audience by the name of the ad set. This is why I'm doing this, okay? So look at the asset right now. What does it say? I'm targeting small business owners because I named it like that, and I set the targeting like this. They are all genders between the age of 30 and 65 plus. They speak English, and they live in the United States. Cool. So now, just zoom in a bit. It doesn't really matter anyway. And we have a daily budget of $1.8. Whew, I'm not sure how I'm gonna survive this. I'll just take a bank loan or something. Cool. Now that we've have everything set up, it's time for the hard part. You click here, these three little dots, duplicate, and duplicate again. You just want to leave everything like it's there. And you now have a copy. And this is how you create more ad sets. And the only thing you have to do right now, because as you can see, they copied over your exact ad. So the ad is exactly the same. Targeting, conversion, everything is exactly the same. But obviously you don't want to have two audiences targeting the same pool of people. You want to test them, like run them towards each other and see which one performs better. So I'm going to go here, just want to go change this. But now the question is, how do I know what to change it in? Well, Facebook has this little button here that says suggestions, and it gives you like this whole array of other suggestions related to your first search. So this is how you can easily come up with 9 other ad sets or 100 or whatever you want. So for this example, I'll put here business page admins. This means they have a business account on Facebook, like this account right here. So they may be already targeting, making some ads on Facebook, which is cool because I can give them some tips and tricks. Maybe you are in this pool, I have no idea. I can give them some tips and tricks inside this video, and then I can convince them to schedule a free call with us and go through their marketing activities together. So, selected that one, copy pasting again, duplicate again, duplicate. Oh, by the way, ignore all of this. You have less than 10 conversions and whatever. That's Facebook trying to convince you to spend a fortune. Okay, suggestions, and I'll have, look, all these admins here. Or I have people interested in digital marketing, or small business, or Shopify. And usually, if you have a Shopify store, probably you're in e-com. So, look, I'll target you. Why not? And you want to do this. We have 3 ad sets, so another at least 7 times. You want to have at least 10 ad sets. Okay. I know. Let's target. I don't like any of this. Retail, commerce. You can also search, for everything you want. Okay, so retail only. Yeah, but I don't like it. There were better suggestions when I had a small business owners. Okay, so I can select it again, hit again suggestions, they pop up again. And retail page admins. Yeah, cool, why not? I'll target people in retail. Those are cool guys. Cool. So again, this is boring. I know how boring it can be. So I'll just pause this video and get back to you after I created 10 audiences. So we're back. I'm about to create the last of the 10 ads. As you can see, I've targeted a bunch of people as well. I've targeted Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, and others. So I'll choose one more. Let's see. Who do we want to target? I know who. Marley Forleo. She's cool. She's great, actually. So, why not? Oh, just copy paste it. I think I misspelled here. No, it's Tony. It's cool. And Russell? Yeah, it's Russell. Cool. So, I have, as you can see, everything set up. It's all green here because it's not published yet. I'll just make it this bigger. Okay. So, if it's green, it means it's in draft. What you want to do right now is, if your ad for any reason is rejected by Facebook, you don't want your ad account to be disabled. So for that matter, you don't want to publish all of them. You want to publish only one of these ad sets, and then if it's okay, you want to publish all of them. And how do you do that? You click here on the review and publish button, the big one. You let this selected. But you click here to deselect them all. You select whatever ad set you want, because remember, they're all the same. Ads, the only one selected, and hit publish. This will publish, in this case, the Grant Cardone ad set. It will publish it. It will change the state to in review, and in a couple of hours, you will get a message that says, well, let's refresh a bit. Hey, Facebook, I'm recording a video. Cool. So Now it's in review. It will let me know if my ad has passed the review or not. If it didn't pass the review, just look at the reason, because like 99% of the time it's a bot who's reviewing your ad, and it's probably a stupid reason. They're rejecting your ad, and you can easily tweak it or just request a review. You will have a button there that says request review. Okay, but if it passes the review, what you want to do is click review and publish, select all, hit publish, and you'll have 10 ads running. Cool. But now you're saying, and what's next from us? I have my one campaign with 10 ad sets and one ad per ad set, which is all identical. It's exactly what you said, and what now? And that's a bad question, I assure you. But I'll tell you in a second. Right now, let's go back to my PDF here, my presentation, because I'll show you exactly what to do, but I want to first talk about ad copy. So this is the Miser method. Okay, it's play for us. It's play. By the way, as you can see, we created an audiences. We set a low budget on each of them. Now we have to wait 3 to 4 days. So it's 3 to 4 days after they start. If we've added a budget of, let's say, $2, you would wait until it hits between $6 and $8 in total ad spend per ad set. Remember, you will be looking at each of those, but I will show you in a second when it's time to prune and scale, okay? But you are probably now wondering about ad copy. How did I come up with that dog whistle copy? I mean, I just pulled it out of my wizard pockets, and well, that might be the case, though I'll explain you how you can obtain wizard pockets as well. So let me show you. It's a how-to angle. This is the first angle. These are a couple of angles I use. I will show you the 3 I use the most in my copywriting. Is the how-to angle is the first one. It's how to headline plus introduction. So for example, how to make more money with Facebook ads without spending a fortune. This is the how-to. And then is the introduction, like the actual text, you know, the one that goes below the photo, as I showed you. Like how I made more money with Facebook ads than I did with Instagram, using a small budget or whatever you want to do it. And then you would introduce the story with yeah, but how? So for example, you would go something like, yeah, I know this sounds like a stretch, but how can you do it without blah blah blah, you know, whatever it is. Then you would start to teach the useful big picture. You would actually teach inside your ad. So if I were to teach you how to do Facebook ads, I would do a summary of everything I told you inside this video, inside of a couple of paragraphs. And I would just detail there the Miser method, the pruning, probably the scaling, or do a couple of ads and test them against each other. One with pruning, one with scaling, one with the Miser method. But it's actually teaching, so it's a long ad. You would have to actually put in like more than 5 minutes of effort and just create an ad. And then obviously you want the call to action, like if you want to learn more about how to create ads without spending a fortune, go here and watch this, read this, buy this, whatever it is you're selling or you're trying to direct them to. The second angle is the counter framework. This is a counterintuitive statement, headline, or question. Okay, this is something like, did you know that you can make money on Facebook without spending any money? And you would instantly, there will be some people who reject that and say, hey, you can't make money on Facebook without spending any money. That's stupid. I mean, it sounds stupid. So you just hook them. You just got their attention. Then you start expanding on it. So if you do great organic webinar posts, and if you do live events with more people on I don't know, like you promote it yourself with other brands and let them promote your webinar because you will offer this for free and that for free. You can make free money on Facebook or whatever it is you're trying to teach them. And then you would actually teach them like the step-by-step framework. So on the expand, you would just talk about it like a 10,000 foot view. Like you just partner up with huge brands and let them talk about you on their page and direct traffic to your page, and then do a webinar with them. And the useful picture, big picture, would be you start teaching inside of that. You would actually start teaching. Like you just, so for example, you have to find the 10 biggest brands in your industry and you have to contact them using that button and blah, 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 blah. And then it's obviously the call to action again. Go buy this, go watch this, go read this, whatever it is. And then the third one is the one I used, is the straight sell or dog whistle copy with a dog whistle headline, is watch this if you, or your question answered, or it's straight to the point. This is why it's called the straight sell, right? Then with the dog whistle intro, as you saw there, like watch this if you want to, blah, blah, blah. Then you announce a product, or watch this video if you want to get more sales, or if you want to spend more and get more sales. You on very short put the benefits like more sales or more customers or faster weight loss or I don't know, like more energy, whatever it is, you'll have it there. Then, oh, I just hit the stupid button. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Cool. Cool. I'm back. Cool. Great, Remus. You're great on camera. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. Obviously, a call to action because you then want to direct them. No. Go, click on this, watch this, buy this, do this, do that. You have to actually tell the customer what you want them to do. You don't have to be subtle about it, and you definitely don't want to be confusing about it. Oh, I can't remember this guy's name, but it's a famous marketer who said on a page, on an ad, in an email, whatever it is, you only want to sell one single thing or make the customer do one single thing. The more things you make them do, that's called overwhelming, and that will drastically reduce your conversion rate. So what you want to do is tell them exactly the one thing you want them to take action on. So it's buying, it's leaving their email in a form, whatever it is, tell them, okay? And now, this gets me to my last point of this presentation, which is pruning and scaling. I will go back into Facebook right now. That's it, this tab here. And I will show you what to do. Oh, I finally got it. I'll show you exactly what to do after the 4 days have passed. Obviously, in my case, nothing happened because in the previous there have not been 4 days until after I've made these ads. But I have, like, as I said, during other videos, other challenges, I run ads on this account from time to time. So I will go back here. I will put lifetime here, and I will choose like the warm conversions probably. Yeah, I'll choose this, whatever. Ignore the names, ignore anything else. It doesn't matter for you right now, okay? It doesn't really matter. This is not valid data for this particular ad that I'm making about this video. It's just like a random, totally random campaign I did for another challenge, okay? And I've chose lifetime just because I had no idea when I did this, so I just wanted to have some data. So let's assume that, oh, by the way, as you can see, I'm using my own methods. This was $1.5 a day, so cool. Okay, there were like one with 5, I'm not, yeah, this most probably this one escaped me. Okay, so just let's say this is 1.5. Okay, cool. So what you want to do after the 4 days have passed, you want to click on your campaign. So I clicked on this campaign. I would click on called conversions in 4 days, but you click on your campaign, you have your all 10 ad sets or 100 or how many, whatever many you have. By the way, there is no right or wrong answer. I recommend a minimum of 10, but you can go crazy with it if you have the budget. You can just make 100. The more ad sets you test, the faster you get the results. So it's only about results. It's only about the faster you get there. So that's all you need to do. Cool. You would put your time frame here, as I said. This is lifetime because I have no idea when this is. This has been done. I'll click on performance. And now, look, I'll sort by results. What this tells me is this campaign had 2 results, whatever I was optimizing by. This had 2 and this had 1. You would now want to go and see. By the way, I have no idea why the cost per result here is so much in the ads, but I definitely did something wrong in that challenge. Or I just, oh, I know what I did. I remember now. I raised the budget on these 2 like exponentially. It wasn't 1.5, it was like $10 or $15 a day, and this was the same because I want to get to some results faster in that specific challenge. Okay. Also, a lot of times you will see that even you'll see, that you'll have this website purchases here, but there's no conversion appearing here. This is probably you visited that page a lot of times, or you didn't set up the converter properly. In my case, it was I visited that page several times after clicking on my ad because I want to test some stuff. Cool. So what you want to do is sort by results after the 4 days and see and decide actually how much do you want to pay per result. This is not the best example ever because like 2 purchases means $40, 2 it's 11 and 1 is 3.10. It's like, it's really, let me see if I can find another campaign. I'm really sorry guys. Yeah, this is cooler. Look, I'll just turn them on so you can see how I turn them off after it. So as you can see, I just clicked on my campaign here. It's republishing because it's $125 a day, and just let it sit for a second here. This is, by the way, I was selling during this challenge $30 ebook on Facebook, so the results are pretty damn good, I would say. So after the 4 days, you come here, you sort by results, and now it's pruning time. You will decide how much do you want to pay for a result. And I say, well, under $10, I know I'm selling it for 30, but I want a big ROI, so I'm not happy with this $17 result here. I'm not happy at all. So I will click on this one, and I will click on these ones because they have not generated any sale. Okay, so I will just click this arrow here, turn off, publish, and guess what? They are all going to vanish. Okay, thank you, Facebook. So these are all closed now, for the exception of e-commerce and self-employment plus engaged shoppers. This is because I chose, look, I named this because I chose to, so it was like self-employment and engaged shoppers. It must have matched both. You can also try that if you're running out of AdSense to target, but that's rarely the case. In this challenge, I want to show them how that's done. Cool. Now, what are you going to do next? You've just turned off the low performing ad sets, but now you want to scale the good performing ones. What you're doing is you just don't want to mess with these ones. Just let them run for however long they're producing good results for you. Good results meaning what you want to pay for a purchase. So I said under $10 for it. So as long as these 2 ad sets will stay under $10 per purchase, I will leave them running. Cool. Now I want to go to the campaign duplicate here, leave this on. Show existing reactions, comments, shares, and new ads. Definitely want to leave that on. Click duplicate again. Now, go here on the ad set level, and you will see all of these ad sets that you've copied over from the other campaign. You want to deselect the active ones. You want to click delete on the other ones. And now you want to change the budget on these ones. How can you do that like one time for all of them? Select all, click edit. I want to go down here to budget, and I'll go crazy with it. $10 a day. Whew. I'm gonna run a dent in my pocket. So cool. And now, because you already know this were approved before, you want to click review and publish and hit publish on both of them. And by the way, just make sure this campaign is on, and you can call it scale. This is what I like to call it, scale. And I think it was 17th of September, whatever it is. Save the draft. Then review, publish, and that would be it. And thing is, you would want to do this for as many times as possible, because it's all about scaling, and getting to like 10 audiences that work every single time, and you have a solid base for more advanced scaling. I will not cover this inside this video because I think it will be overwhelming for at least 3 to 4, probably even 6 months. You can get going with these techniques alone. So I'll just go back for a second here. Cool. So this is the Miser method. Again, 10 audiences, low budget on each of them. You saw me like I was 125, 1.5, 1.8 in this challenge. Wait 3 to 4 days. You prune. So you sort by result. You decide how much you want to pay for result. You close the underperforming ones. You leave alone the good performing ones. You create the duplicate of that campaign. You raise the budget, and this is called scaling, by the way. So, and then you want to repeat the process every 3 to 4 days. So on the scaled campaign, you would do the same. Just, if you have like 4 winning audiences, you want to go in 4 days on the scaled campaign. Want to sort by result, decide how much one you still continue to pay for that result. Close them, turn off the underperforming ones, scale the campaign with the good performing ad sets in it, and so on and so on. And when you want to scale further, you go and create a new cold campaign. So a totally new one with completely new audiences. So 10 new audiences, completely new. So if you, target small business owners, Tony Robbins, or whatever I target there, the new campaign will have a bunch of totally different audiences. Like, I don't know, if I target Tony Robbins, I'll go Brendon Burchard or Donald Trump or whatever it is. It's totally different right now, okay? Cool. So this is the Miser method. This is how it's gonna help your business grow online on a small budget, and exactly how I run ads for all my clients, exactly how I raised that company from $0 making online to $50,000 in just 3 short months. Me and my partners, we can definitely help you out on setting everything up quicker, on scaling quicker, and getting you results quicker, and without having you to sacrifice your precious time, because we know as business owners like you that time is scarce. We would love to discuss all these opportunities with you in a free 30 minutes call, and you can book a schedule with us at freemarketingcall.com. Go today, register for your free 30-minute call with us, and we would be more than happy to help you out. I'm Remus, and I wish you all the best with your marketing, and I hope we are going to talk soon. Take care.